everybody, this is Pat from Salt Strong. In this video, I wanted to highlight a trip during an insider meetup. An insider meetup is where a group of insiders get together and we go hit the water to do some fishing. What started out to be a slow morning ended up to be a great day. The five of us covered a lot of water first thing in the morning, but it wasn't working out, so we decided to make a bold move, and it paid off. As soon as we made that move, we got into the fish right away. There we go, got our trout for the day. He hit it right at the kayak, right here in the seam where this water's coming out. Slam Shady Mulligan. Here we go. There we go. Finally got hooked up on a red. We've been working on these things all day. And you know, it's funny, we have a 90-10 rule, and this absolutely applies. This is the exact same spot that I came out here and did an insider report on a few weeks ago. And these fish are in the same area. We have covered some ground today. I mean, we've covered some miles, and again, this is the spot where they're all in. Finally got him in. Whew. He put up a fight. There we go. Very cool. One more, come on, give me another kick. And there we go, flounder for the slam. Very cool. Still that same Slam Shady Mulligan. Very, very cool. Awesome. I think that is my very first Texas slam. Got a little lice on him. Little sea lice on him. Let him go. Super cool. And it wasn't just me catching fish, we were all catching upper and over slot fish. Here's a really cool one that Neil caught that actually had about 7 spots on each one of its sides. Very beautiful fish. So here's one of the fish that I caught, and as you can see, you can look around and see how close we were fishing to each other. Matter of fact, all the fish that we were catching were in a small area, probably about the size of a football field, and there was 4 kayaks fishing the same area. Matter of fact, there was a couple of times where I actually caught fish when I casted towards a kayak and landed maybe about 15 feet away from it. There were fish all over the place here. This was definitely the 90-10 zone for the area. So all of the fish caught were on Salt Strong lures, either the Slam Shady color or the Fred color. The lion's share went to the Slam Shady Mulligan. That's it right there. Very cool fish. Let's go ahead and let him go. There we go. Awesome. Very, very cool. Well, I remember to turn my camera on after I'm done casting. You should be ready, shouldn't you? Come on. There we go, Slam Shady Mulligan again. Awesome. On again. Looks like you got a good one here. Yeah, nice one. That's a pretty fish. So here's Sean with another fish. He was definitely the hot hand of the day. He caught the first fish, the most fish, and then this last fish right here. Definitely had a great day on the water, and including his personal best fish too. As you can see, this wound up being a really good trip at the end of the day, and all in all, I think we wound up catching somewhere close to about 2 dozen redfish out of this one small area. But to be honest with you, the day didn't start out easy. It actually started out really, really slow. And what happened is we went to an area, the 5 of us fished and covered a lot of shoreline, and we weren't catching anything. There was just no signs of any type of predatory fish. So what we had to do, and this is the lesson to be learned, is when you don't see anything happening, if you don't see any signs of predatory fish, or any feeding activity, even though there was bait in the area, it's time to make a move. And that move just so happened to be 1.5 miles across this open bay, and as soon as we got over to the other side of the bay, we found an oyster point that was just loaded with the fish. So in this whole big area, 90% of the feeding fish were just in this one small spot, and it goes true most of the places that I go to. Most of your feeding fish are going to be in a small area or in a type of a small area, and once you figure that out, the fishing usually gets a lot better. Now, moving on to some important features, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the gear that we were using. This is the lure that caught all of the fish for me. This is the Slam Shady Mulligan. The Slam Shady is the color. It's basically a white with a silver and a gold flake in it, and it's rigged on a Haas Helix, the 1/8 ounce 3/0 hook, and that kept it pretty weedless. Now, typically what I like to do with these lures is I do like to put them on an open jig head like this right here, where you can see that that hook is exposed. Now, the reason why I like that is I like the exposed hook because you typically have a better hookup ratio that way, but because of the oysters that were in the area, I just couldn't get away with that. I was getting hung up too much, so I had to go to weedless presentation, and that was the ticket. Matter of fact, all the guys that were fishing in the area were using the Mulligan lure, typically the Slam Shady color, but we also were using the Fred color, which is a pink that's got a little silver and black flake in it, but either one of them were catching fish. That Mulligan does a really good job casting into the wind because it's designed to be a little bit more aerodynamic, and you can tell the difference in the casting ability with this paddle tail compared to a regular paddle tail. Now, as far as the rod that I was using the Cashin Element Inshore, a 7-foot medium heavy, and I really like this rod. You know, there's a couple of advantages to this rod. It's just been a really good go-to. It does a lot of things really well, but one real cool thing about this rod is it is the least expensive American-made rod that you can buy on the market right now. And what I mean by American-made is not parts that are sourced overseas and then assembled in America. The parts are actually made in America. The rod blanket is made in America. It's made right there in Sanford, North Carolina, and it is a quality piece. I really enjoy this rod. I've been using it for a few months now, and it's actually been one of my favorite ones. The reel is a Daiwa Fuego 3000. That is the cheapest reel that Daiwa makes that has the mag seal on it. So, you know, when I'm out here on the kayak and I'm getting water splashed around, I really don't have to worry about the reel. As long as I rinse it off at the end of the day, there's a good chance that it's not going to get any water that penetrates down into the body of the reel because of that mag seal. And again, for the price point, you really can't beat it. So where the price point of that rod and that reel is, it's one of the best budget friendly options out there for bang for the buck that you're going to get. So the line that I was using was the Daiwa J Braid, the 8 grand, and that was in the gray color. The leader that I was using was 20-pound Andy monofilament. I like using monofilament, especially around these oysters, because it has a lot better abrasion resistance than fluorocarbon. A lot of people might think that fluorocarbon is more abrasion resistant, but it's not true. It's actually monofilament, and that's what I use in most situations, is a monofilament leader. Now, if you're looking to buy any of these items, we do have those available at fishstrong.com, and what I'll do is I'll put the links down below so you can click on it and it'll take you right to the page. But I do suggest go to fishstrong.com. There's a lot of things that we have available there, and insiders, remember, you do get a discount on a lot of this stuff when you purchase it from fishstrong.com. And again, the reason why we were able to catch all of these fish was because we found that 90-10 zone. Remember, we covered a whole bay system and covered a lot of miles of shoreline, but we found them in one spot. So to get a hack on where to find that 90-10 zone in your area, go to saltstrong.com/recipe or click the link down below and it'll take you right there, and you'll be able to get a video that'll show you how to find that 90-10 zone in your area quickly. I really appreciate you watching the video, and being a traveling fishing coach, you never know where I'm going to end up next, and if I don't see you out on the water, then I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.